time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line, and it's been fun to watch.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Draymond plays the 4 with Looney at the 5. The Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson, the guards. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, Durant the 3 with Griffin at the 4. James Harden out there with Joe Harris. And it's Aldridge in at center, filling out the middle. A lot of teams don't like to tip their hand too early in the season. Coaches like to keep a few tricks up their sleeve for later on, Clark.
As very well they should be. I mean, it's a really long season, and you're learning your team, so you figure out different things that you'd like to add later on in the season. And you really don't want to reveal anything that might give you an edge if you hold on to it until later down the road. Boy, I like the work Aldridge did there. Good hustle. Nice job getting good position.
And it's hammered home by Green.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
It's Griffin with the drive, and Griffin slams it in.
You've got to plug up these lanes to the basket, especially when Griffin is slashing with force.
You know, Blake Griffin's NBA career certainly didn't have humble beginnings. I mean, he won the slam dunk contest and Rookie of the Year in his debut season. He really hit the ground running.
And the shot's good by Wiggins.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Harden. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Stephen Curry. And while Blake Griffin's career certainly got off to a hot start, Grant, he's also managed to remain a dominant force over the years.
No question. He's a guy who can get it done. Points, rebounds, assists, anything you need. He's a great example of an enduring talent.
Here's Green. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Man, he's bringing the energy, the efficiency. I love what he's doing offensively.
Harden drawing the double team. Durant for 3. Sinks it from distance.
Just was a step beyond the half-court line. Durant a threat to let it fly. Great range.
Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Pass to Griffin. Outside Harden. Out to Harris. On the wing, Durant. The shot no good, and Golden State will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Hornets.
They had a tough time beyond the arc. A lot of their possessions ended in missed threes.
And, you know, that's a big part of how they attack and win, getting it going from the three-point line, but at the end of the day, it didn't happen.
Brooklyn's gone 1 for 2 from beyond the arc in this first quarter. Harris drives in. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
You know, as a distributor and dime dropper, Harden has really got a nice eye for how to get teammate shots and does a really good job setting up a shooter.
Up top, Curry. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First team.
And that one falls to Curry.
So many of the hopes for this team rest on Curry's shoulders. It's an immense responsibility, but he carries it out with fire and optimism.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
And Durant gets it to go.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And it's blocked by Harden. Tie game in Brooklyn. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Taking that next step.
Yes, he is. I mean, the former #1 overall pick. With a fresh start, some of that pressure is off. Doesn't have to be a star. His best is good enough.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Durant the 3 with Griffin at the 4. Joe Harris out there with James Harden. And it's Aldridge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. And there it is for him.
Yeah, you know, at first glance, you might think Durant has trouble finishing through contact, but think again, folks. I mean, you can't measure desire by body type.
Bielitsa, the pass to Curry. Iguodala left side.
Last 2 minutes to play. Second quarter.
Pass to Porter. Shoots over Durant. Porter's shot is off. The Nets with a lead. Outside Durant. Driving to the basket. There's a minute 40 left to play in the half. The shot no good.
And of course, Kevin Durant signing a big extension this summer, fresh off a gold medal for the U.S., where he was the most dominant player in the world in Tokyo. And now locked in his next 4 years with the Brooklyn Nets. A great deal for him and a great deal for his squad.
He takes it in, and he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from him.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, BA. Well, the Warriors have had a big problem committing fouls. Coach Steve Kerr has drilled them on moving their feet, not getting baited into the cheap ones. He said, quote, "We talk about it every day." And Stephen Curry said, quote, "It's on all of us to hold each other accountable, being in the right position."
Yep, and that's why he is who he is. Good stuff, Allie.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Millsap, he's checked in for Griffin. It's Poole on the wing. From 13. Rebounded by the Nets. Durant's got 4 rebounds in the game. Aldridge with it. Green picks him up. Aldridge passes to Millsap. Wiggins against Harris. And there's the lob. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. To the paint. It's tipped. Aldridge passes to Harris. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Millsap. The shot, no good. Green with the defensive effort. Here's Kuminga. And the layup is good. Kuminga's got his first 2 points of the night.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Harden drives in,
And Harden with the slam.
Harden is one of the most lethal penetrators in the game and excels at finding lanes to the rim.
Here's Poole. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Brooklyn leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. They know Curry can go for 50, 60, any. Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Teams on level ground and the score tie.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the floor for the Warriors. Wiggins and Green, the 3 and the 4. The Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson, the guards. And it's Looney in at the center position. Here's Poole. There's the drive.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
Looking at the modern game, Grant, what adjustments would you have to make in your game to thrive in the league today?
Well, I would have worked more on developing the three-point shot. Back in the 90s, it was more about the mid-range game, a la Michael Jordan. But these guys now, they live at the arc, and that's just not how we did it back in the day when I was playing.
Last 2 minutes to play. Third quarter.
Durant against Poole. Nice catch and finish on the lob. And the Nets lead by 8.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
Green, the pass to Poole. Now here's Looney. He's covered by Aldridge. Pass to Wiggins. 6 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The rebound by the Nets. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter here. And KD always in the debate over who's the top dog in this league.
And what's interesting is he doesn't really want any part of that discussion. He said, one thing I told myself, don't worry about who people say is the best player. Blocking out distractions is key to achieving greatness.
Here's Green. Oh, nice D from Millsap.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Harris finds Aldridge. Wiggins with it. Now guarded by Harris. 5-on-3 break. Here's Green. And it's Harris with the rebound. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
And Durant hit from deep. Durant's got 12 points in the game.
You know, when Durant gets a look from that distance, he's letting it fly.
Blocked! And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. And the Warriors make some changes. Iguodala's checked in for Green. And it's Porter Jr. in for Poole. Here's Wiggins. He's got 6. Oh, it's blocked by Aldridge.
He's not an easy guy to get a shot up and over. Aldridge has those long arms, and his timing's good, too.
For 3, here's Harris. Not going to go that time. Here's Porter. Blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap.
Warriors substitution. Nemanja Bjelica. Moses Moody.
To the inside. Oh, stolen by Harris. Three-pointer, Harden. Hits the three-pointer. He's got 11.
Learning to play off the ball with the guys like Westbrook and CP3 and Kyrie. Harden sinking the jumper.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Paul Millsap is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Kevin Durant. Then it's James Harden. And it's Harris in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Oh, it's stolen by Iguodala. Here's Porter. That shot, no good. Harden with the defensive effort.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Pass to Durant. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Here's Porter. Let's go with a 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got 5 assists tonight.
Such a confident player. The defense has to respect Porter's ability to deliver the payback 3.
Harden can't hit.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and it was maybe a step out of his range.
Here's Porter. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Paul Millsap. And Grant, you've been around the game in so many roles. Player, broadcaster, owner. Talk about how the game has grown and the opportunities for continued growth.
Well, We know how the game here in the U.S. has really gained prominence and is hugely successful and popular. And I also think that's happened over the years globally as well. But continuing to popularize the game in Africa, India, China, and elsewhere is exciting. There are so many new frontiers for this league to grow, and I'm excited that we're moving forward in that direction.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Nets.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
Now, when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs. And any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And this will push their total wins for the year up to 11.
And they meet just twice. So taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Kevin Durant.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Wiggins against Durant. Driving in, uses the glass on the layup.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Outside Porter. Off on that one. So we see the Nets taking the W here. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the